Hey guys, it's been a hot minute since I've done a video where I actually talked and didn't do a voiceover, so I'm gonna do that today. I'm just putting my little arm guard things on. These are actually for gardening, but I use them to protect my arms while I am making soap. Put my gloves right over. Today I am making some facial bars. Now, there are a few different things that are different with my facial bars as opposed to my normal bars. I have different oils, fats, butters that I put in. I also have some different additives, and it looks like this. I have some raw honey that's locally sourced. I put it into the warm oils. I did blend it as well to try and mix it in really well. I do have goat's milk in my lye solution. I have kale and clay. I have cocoa powder I'm going to add, and oats I'm going to add. It's just really nice bar of soap, and you can use it all over your body, but I did specially formulate this for your face. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to check the temps of my oils. Not really concerned. 97.8, 83.3. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. You will notice this lye solution is really gross looking. Let me tell you why. I'm going to strain it out. There will be a few little chunks in there because of this. When you put some milk or something with a high fat content into your lye solution, it will begin to saponify. That is the chemical process that turns lye and oils, when combined, into soap. That process has already begun. And yes, the lye solution usually turns a wonky color when I add goat's milk or any kind of milk or cream to it. There's a few different ways to add milks to your soap. You could do powdered milk right into the oil base, which makes it a little easier. I've done that in the past and have liked it. You can also do it in your lye solution, or you can do a water discount and add it to your base oil, so you're not having to deal with that in your lye solution. So I'm gonna mix this up. We'll get started. A lot of times I do an essential oil for my facial bars. This time I chose to do a fragrance oil. It is oatmeal milk and honey plus roasted honey butter, and let me tell you, it smells incredible. Ooh, so good. So with the fragrance oil, I added kale and clay. That adds a really nice property to the soap, as well as a little added slip to the bar itself. It also helps to anchor that fragrance. Neem seed oil I use in my facial bars is a very pungent smelling oil. I don't want someone to wash their face and smell neem seed oil, okay? I just don't. I don't want to wash my face and smell neem seed oil. So I added this fragrance. It smells divine. Also, I'm adding cocoa powder and oats. Just gonna add that right in. I don't have any colorant in here. It is gonna go brown because of the ingredients as well as the fragrance, but I'm fine with that. Now with this particular batch, because there are oats, I do want it to be at a nice trace when I pour it into my mold, because my molds are individual cavity molds and not a loaf mold. So I want it to be a good pouring consistency so it can actually fill the mold well, but I want it also to be at a good consistency because I want these oats to remain stabilized in the soap. I don't want them to sink to the bottom, and I don't want them to float to the top, because that way you're going to get all the exfoliation at one point. It might be too rough for your skin. So I really want this to be at a perfect consistency before pouring. It is getting there, and I think because of the slightly warmer temps I worked at, I think it'll be ready. I'm just going to blend it a little more and then pour. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. It is suspending the oats, I can see pretty well, so I'm just gonna leave that as it is. And I have several different molds that I'm going to use. I'm going to use these heart ones, and I'm also going to use these oval ones. So when people purchase, they can choose which shape they want. It just depends on what they want. And I'm going to also stamp these when they are ready to go. I'll stamp facial on them. I did that last time, and I really liked the look of it. Woo. So the fragrance oil, like I said, oatmeal milk and honey and roasted honey butter. It does actually have oatmeal, it has milk, and it does have honey. So I love doing that. I don't know, it just gives me a sick amount of pleasure having the actual ingredients that the fragrance oil denote in there. It's just happy. And then no colorant other than that cocoa powder, which is also a really fun way to color a batch. I think I got too much in that one. I did. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this little spatula, move some of that over here. I mean, it's not the, there. There we go. That one I got too much too. I love these flat spatulas like this. They're so nice. All right, so I don't have enough to fill up this whole third one, but I am going to put the rest in here. Use this up. And with individual cavity molds, it does not always go through gel phase. I tend to try to get my batches to go through gel phase simply because they're ready to cut sooner. They're harder, and they tend to produce a more vivid color. So if I'm doing like neons or have a really bright soap that I'm going for, a nice bright design, I want those to really pop, and allowing it to go through gel phase really helps. But I do have lots of items with sugars, natural sugars, the milk as well as the honey. So those tend to heat up anyways. So it may very well go through gel even though I'm not trying for gel phase. So what I do, I'm just going to show you real quick. What I do with my dishes is I'll wipe these out with a paper towel, and then I will let them sit overnight. That way all of any little bits of soap that are still remaining have the chance to saponify, and I'm not touching stuff, I'm not making a mess, I don't have the opportunity for something to flick up at my face. It's just better, and plus I'm a procrastinator in some ways. I don't want to do the dishes right away. So that's another little tip there. So anyways, yeah, I'll come back and unmold these at some point. Usually stuff that I have in individual cavity molds take a little bit longer because, like I said, they usually don't go through gel phase. So they take just a little bit longer, and I don't like to try to unmold them before they're ready because it's just not pretty. So I will come back when these are ready to unmold. Hey guys, so I just came to check on the soaps, and I'm going to wear gloves because it hasn't been terribly long. It's been probably, I don't know, 4 hours, 5 hours maybe. My recipes tend to have a lot of solid oils, fats, butters, which means, or hard oils, which means they're solid at room temperature. So how I can see that this might be ready is there's some separation from where the mold is to where the soap is. So that's telling me that it might be ready to unmold. It might not, but it's looking like it might be. So if you are not sure, if you're a newer soap maker, or and it may have even gone through gel phase, because there's like marks on this wax paper. So, and see when I pick that up, how that gaps like that. If this was not ready, it wouldn't do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn these upside down. And what, in essence, I'm doing is breaking the silicone seal from the soap. So it is a little squishy still, but it's more than ready to unmold. So there we go. There's our first one. It smells amazing. That fragrance oil, you can even kind of like do that and that. I'm not sure if I will actually stamp these facial. I did with my last batch of facial bars, and they were really cute. I liked that little stamp that I used on there. This one's a little cleaner. This one probably went through a full gel. I love that. Woo. And these may darken up as well during their cure. I will cure these. I do cure all of my cold process soaps for at least 4 weeks, but more often than not, it's longer than that, just because they tend to perform better. I like their performance the longer they cure. There's just something magical that happens the longer they sit. And part of it is the water evaporating out. So I have fans, I have dehumidifiers, all of that in the area that I cure my soaps. But something in the soap structure itself also happens during that cure time. Just like my olive oil soaps, I let them cure for the better part of a year. I just do. They're just better that way. So, these smell incredible. And one of these is a little smaller. I didn't have enough to fully fill it, but that one I'll just use for myself. Or as a little sampler bar to give out. I can't tell you how good these smell. They smell so good. I'm gonna wait to stamp these, but I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and this making of these facial bars. They're fairly simple to make, but lots of amazing goodies in there. They don't take long. And yeah, you can see a little bit of the oats in there, a little bit in there. Yeah, just lovely. All right, guys, we'll see you again another time.